that if you work for it, I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. Let's go. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all want a ring. Yeah, we all want to be free.
Yeah, everybody wants everything, and they want to get it. But we want to get that ring in Detroit. We're not talking about onion rings. We would love to get a legit ring to get this franchise respectable again. But today, we're going to be talking about Lions Minicamp. We're going to do Mailbag. We're going to have a good time. We got my guy here, Mark Orr from Orr's Forum. What's going on, Mark?
Hey, what's going on, Mike? How's everybody doing? How's it going, Curtis? Everybody in the chat. Let's talk some Lions football. Let's get it, baby.
Next guest, you just heard it. It's Kurt from Lions on the Prowl. What's going on, Kurt?
Hey, what up, though? Hey, man, welcome everybody to the show, man. I am so happy to be here, hanging out with the crew from LNU. And speaking of LNU, I got to give a big shout out to Herman Moore, man, for getting nominated for that College Football Hall of Fame. Big stuff from my man, Herm. So congratulations to him for that nomination. But I'm ready to talk some Lions football minicamp, baby. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Before we get into it, though, let's shout out the people in the chat. We got a guy who I banned. It was a fake account. Banned him, so I'm not going to shout him out. Bobo Land, we got Lions Rumble 81. We got Tony. We got Bobo Land. We got Alan Dana. We got Ken. We got John Calistick. We appreciate everybody coming in here. Jimmy Ray, we love it. And David jumping in here. Let's talk about minicamp wrap-up. I want takeaways, and I want to hear from Kurt, because I don't know his takeaways right now. What is a big takeaway positively from minicamp?
The defensive line. I like where the defensive line is headed. Aleem McNeil is really showing out, and the young fella is impressing. It's not as impressive to me just because I think he was supposed to be doing that. But Aiden Hutchinson is really showing up and showing out against the second and third team. We need to get him against the ones. But with all that being said, the defensive line group is going to be very exciting to watch. I guess my second takeaway is that I'm not concerned with the injuries. I'm not concerned. We have 6 weeks to go until actually training camp starts. So that's when I'll start worrying, when we get to that point where we're looking at guys aren't coming into camp healthy. I know that Campbell said Williams doesn't like he's going to be ready for camp. I'm fine with that just because I don't want to rush that young fella in. We got DJ Chark. We got plenty of weapons on the offensive side of the ball where we don't have to rush that young fella onto the field. But with all that being said, man, I'm just happy the culture has changed in Detroit. And you see the players in the building happy, dancing during media day, cracking jokes. You see Jameson Williams on the forerunner, taking pictures, saying on Fatty Patty's forerunner that the team bought. And I just like the fact that this team has changed the way that they approach it. They're competitive. And most teams you wouldn't see being so upbeat, being 3-13 and won last year. But they're a team that's competing with each other. They want to get out there in the field and compete against the other teams. And they're just excited to compete for Dan Campbell and his staff.
Man, that has got to be that's a hell of an answer right there from Curtis Steele. Make sure you subscribe to Lions on the Prowl. You get an in-depth analysis like that. I love when you talk about the defensive line. It is definitely improved. It really showed out as a positive manner. And if you want to win football games, how do you do it defensively, folks? We got to do a thing called sack, smack, and destroy quarterbacks, one being Karen Rodgers. And you have to do it up front. Last year, Karen Rodgers was able to get away. This year, it's going to be a little bit different. You're not going to be able to get away so much. I feel like that we got players. We got not just a player, but we got waves of players. You know, you're going to get tired in the fourth quarter. That's where depth comes in when you have waves. Something I loved about Jim Schwartz's era when he was with the Detroit Lions, we had waves of defensive linemen coming at you from quarter 1 to quarter 4. That is something that we're seeing right now with all these defensive linemen. A lot of players that can get it done and put quarterbacks on their back. What is a positive outcome and observation, Mark, that you've seen so far in minicamp?
Well, the positive observation, obviously Aiden Hutchinson is as advertised. He's going to help out this unit getting to the quarterback. Where I think we were like 30th last year, or 27th and 30th. We were really bad in getting to the quarterback hurries and quarterback pressures, all of that, sacks, all of it. So Aiden Hutchinson is definitely going to help that. We're already hearing about how much of a pro he already is and how he's already evolving into that guy. He's already looking like a leader out there. Then you got guys like later round guys like James Houston, who they grabbed from Jackson State, who I guess had a couple nice moves the other day, beating Obina Eze, who's an undrafted guy, but he was getting in there, causing pressure. Then Romeo is going to be coming back eventually. He's still nursing an injury. You got Charles Harris on the other side. So the pressures are going to be there. We love hearing about it. And even guys like Malcolm Rodriguez, who has a little bit of sack ability, who can rush from that middle linebacker core, and then guys like Chris Board, Anzalone. So the pressure is going to come. It's more of an attacking style defense. That's what's really catching my eye too, on how this team is just talking about how excited they are about this attacking defense. It's not like last year where it was more read and react. They kind of had to hold up to see where guys were going. It's more attack ball, see ball, get ball. That's what it is. I absolutely love that. As a player, when I played football and I was a linebacker, I hated the read and react defense. I love to pin my ears back and just go smuck someone out, man. That's how I love to play. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. And just this D-line, man, it's going to be better. Hopefully this linebacking core can be better. I am worried about it, but I just love the philosophy of everything that's going on. Like Curtis said, it's a whole different feel. They're having fun, but they're taking it really serious. Dan Campbell, man, he's just, he's being Dan Campbell. I love what he said about the Hard Knocks thing too, just saying that he's not really focusing on Hard Knocks, man. I kind of was shocked hearing that, because I thought he'd be more of a guy that was like, oh yeah, I can't wait. No, man, he said, like, I don't care about Hard Knocks really coming here. He's like, we're focusing on stacking wins. I want to win here. You know what I mean? Hard Knocks is Hard Knocks. I'm neutral to it. So I love that attitude, man. And I think it trickles down to all the way to even the defense, to the offense, to every single player that's on this team, man. So there's a lot. There's so much to look at on what's going on. Even the offense. We can't even even the offense. They are night and day where they were this year and they were at the same time last year. They're night and day. And you're hearing it from Jared Goff. You're hearing it from other guys. You're hearing it from coaches. So I think there's a lot to look forward to. I don't want to guzzle the Kool-Aid just quite yet. But, you know what I mean? I'm just loving what I'm hearing.
How can you not love what you're hearing? It's positive, because it's been so negative here for the past couple of years when you have Pat Matricia. All he does is eat food. Doesn't really do anything except for yell at people, and that's quite frustrating. And then we got, our defensive line getting better by Todd Walsh, also known as Mark Oram, his twin, because they look exactly alike. So when Mark talks about our defensive line, it's really good to get a coach's insight there, who's actually part of the Detroit Lions literally right now in between me and Kurt. So we definitely appreciate that. But what do I want to see from you guys right now? I want to see some spamming. Now, definitely a lot of people don't like spam in their comment section, but I don't like Green Bay. So I want you guys to spam. I want to do a trend here. Do FGB. We know what the F is for. We definitely know what the GB is for. Put in the comment section right now. Consistently do FGBs. Spam this bad boy. Let the flow work against the Green Bay Packers. What is a negative thing that you've seen, Curtis Steele, a negative takeaway, an observation You know, it could be anything. Doesn't have to be anything big, but that's not a positive thing because everything's not positive, right? We are the Detroit Lions. Yes, FGBs are positive, but what is a negative that you've witnessed and observed?
The backup quarterback position is still in flux. Tim Boyle still struggles. Got pushed down the depth chart a couple of days ago, throwing multiple interceptions throughout OTAs and minicamp. So I still think we need to solidify that position and still have a tons of injuries in that secondary. I know it's still spring, however, or now summer, but you still got some question marks at the safety position and at the linebacking core where we don't know who's going to be starting in those positions. In the safety position outside of Tracy Walker, and in the linebacking core, is it Anzalone? Is it going to be Barnes? You know, a combination of those two, and then someone else. I'm just not settled on what the linebacking core is going to look like. And, you know, they keep saying, well, it's a wide open competition. Usually at this time, you already have it settled on who your linebackers are going to be, you know, saying going into training camp. You're not having an open competition for both spots. Maybe one spot, but not both spots. So that's troubling for me. So, but we'll see how Kelvin Shepherd handles that going into the end of July when training camp starts.
You know, one observation that I really seen that's negative is that we got 73 in the building with only 24 likes. Smash that like button. Let's get this observation to go from negative to a positive. Let's get to 50 likes. That is the best way to do it. If you don't like Sharon Rogers or Karen Rogers, like I like to call them, smash that like button. What is a negative thing, Mark Orem from Orem's Forum, that you have seen so far as an observation for OTAs and this latest round of minicamp?
Yeah, I think, you know, there's a couple of negative things that we can talk about here. The safety room, kind of like what Curtis was kind of alluding to, makes me a little bit nervous. Apparently, Deshaun Elliott's already a little bit nicked up. He's getting hurt. He's missed a couple of days of OTAs. I don't know if he came back today. I didn't really read too much on it, but I know he missed the last 2 days, and he has a horrible injury history at Baltimore. But he's a decent safety when he plays, just plays a little reckless. So, who's going to be that number 2 to Tracy Walker? You know, Kirby Joseph has an up and down. He's been up and down so far, but he's a third-round rookie. He's going to have his moments. He's going to have days where he's nice. He's going to have days where he looks really bad. So that number 2 safety coming up really kind of makes me a little bit nervous. And then, like Curtis said too, the linebacking core. Who's it going to be? It looks like linebacker 1 is Anzalone. And they're trying to find another guy. Is it going to be Chris Board? Is it going to be Derek Barnes? Derek Barnes, I think, has got probably maybe a little more talent, but I think he's a little bit underdeveloped, playing a lot of D-line in college, and he kind of, he went a little bit late playing some linebacker in college. So I think he's still a guy that's going to develop. And then they got Chris Board, man. This is a guy that played special teams. They got Baltimore, he played a little bit on the field, not much. And he's coming over here. He's getting every opportunity. And like Kurt said again, I'm going to be jumping off what Kurt said. Sorry, brother. How are we going to figure this out? This should already kind of be figured out, man, on who we have in that linebacker room as at least the number 1 and 2. I think Anzalone's the guy, but who is that number 2? There's going to be and they're calling it a bloodbath. Well, I haven't seen any blood spilled yet. So I know it's early. But I'm just wondering who's it going to be. I know this defensive system that we have, it's like a 4-2-5 that they're kind of implementing a lot. So it's like linebackers apparently is not I'm not saying linebacker isn't important, but it just seems like linebackers kind of maybe push to the side a little bit because they're going to worry more about the defensive front and they're going to worry more about their secondary. So, but you have to have some linebackers that can play, man. And I don't know who's going to step up, man. I'm really nervous about the safety and the linebacker room.
Yeah, I want Kurt to answer this in a minute, but first off, before we get to this question, Kurt, man, that's a ridiculous shirt you got on, man. Where'd you get that shirt? Where'd you get it?
Man, it's the LNU shirt, baby. You can go to get this thing at LNUshop.com. Man, they have tons of products over there. You can go and get our draft day shirts from the contributors. And soon you will have some Lions on the Prowl gear coming over there to the Lions Nation Unite shop. So stay tuned for that. And you'll be able to get more of your contributor shirts coming over there to LNUshop.com real soon.
You get your favorites, folks. Go to LNUshop.com for the latest and greatest. You got T-shirts. I'm getting hats. That's why my thing's hats. Why? Because my hairline stinks. So soon you're going to be seeing an LNU hat because I got to get it. I love cups. I love it all. Go to LNUshop.com for the epic gear that you can get. And we got to hook up Mark Orem from Orem's Forum on there. This is a situation I want to talk about. Linebacker. Now, I talked to Mark Orem about this earlier, but I want to hear from Curtis Steele on this. There's one individual that we've not heard about that everybody talked about when we signed. Now, in geopolitics, there's a little country with a guy who you hear a lot about but does absolutely nothing. His name is Kim Jong-un, North Korea. I call him the guy that is absolutely nothing, right? That's what he is. He shoots off missiles. They're in misdirection. They're always off. We have a guy similar to that who's a linebacker named Jarrad Davis, the misguided North Korean missile. Right. We haven't heard a whole lot about this guy. What is your thoughts on this? Because I am curious to see what you think.
I'm not sure. I mean, I can't read the situation, what's going on in the linebacker room. Kelvin Shepard's giving nothing about anyone, really. I don't know who's going to be starting in that room. You see pictures of the guys on the field, but they're all pretty much at the same level. So, but Jarrad Davis, if he's used correctly, he can be a weapon in the defense, but he's got to have to be a situational player. I don't think he's a starter. I think he's a situational player. I think you can even use him on special teams, just to be honest with you. Remember his last year in Detroit, he volunteered for special teams. So you can use him in special teams. You can use him as a situational pass rusher, or getting after the quarterback, or you looking at what he is good for. Just go get the ball. But I don't think he's an every down player, just to be honest with you. And then right now, maybe no news, maybe bad news for him. Usually, sometimes when you have a free agent come in, especially coming back to a team, you want to hear them making some noise, especially in OTAs or minicamp, but the pads haven't came on yet. So we still have a lot of pajama warriors out there, you know what I'm saying, out there in their sleep shorts, running around, making plays in OTAs. But when in July, when the pads come on, that's who we're going to see who's going to be putting that pedal to the metal and making some noise and, making those pads sing out there in practice.
And again. Yeah, that'll be the and again moment when we see them go from pajama warriors all the way to real warriors. We talked about that about Trinity Benson. Do you think, Kurt, that this is a pajama warrior moment right now for Trinity Benson, that he's doing really good?
Absolutely. He did the same. That's why we traded for him from Denver, because he was having a pajama warrior moment out there in Denver, and all of a sudden the candy was just so tantalizing, and you know what I'm saying. And Brad Holmes fell for the eye candy in the pajama warrior, and he ended up coming to Detroit and making that trade. Springtime performances don't wow me. I'm just saying, and they don't wow me at all. No whatsoever. Hell, I can go out there and see, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna look like a world beater, but hell, I look functional out there in t-shirts and shorts this time of year. It's just this time of year, you're just kind of looking at who can be able to feel maybe because most teams at this point already have their 53-man roster is already really set. Even if it's not 85 to 90% set already, they're looking for a few guys that can come in and make some waves. But most of that roster is already set in the spring, and you have to, really show out to get on a roster in the spring and in training camp. So the only things, like we've said before, is that troubling me with Jarrad Davis is that you think he would have an upper hand coming back to the roster. The way that Dan Campbell talked about him before he left the free agency, he was like, oh, he could be a big integral part of this team, but you haven't heard that out of training camp or out of minicamp or out of OTAs. We've seen him on the field, and you heard him talk when he got re-signed here in Detroit, but you just haven't, heard anything coming out of the OTAs about what his performance has been. I haven't even heard the guys that's giving camp observations, like from Pride of Detroit or Lions Wire or any other publication, saying that they saw Jarrad Davis make a great play during the drills in OTAs. I haven't read it. I haven't heard it. He's MIA, and with this regime, that will put you out of town real quick with this regime.
When they signed him, this was my reaction when I heard that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I am not too big on it at all when it comes to the North Korean missile, in all honesty. We'll see how it works out, but, we know how the missiles work out. They always go off sideways. But there was a rumor we talked about 1 minute before we went live. It came from Mark Form's mouth. And we got 9 minutes till the mailbag segment, so I want to talk about this because this is a rumor that came from Chat Sports, where I come from. I don't know if it's true or not. It literally happened 1 minute before we went live. So don't shoot the messenger. Actually, the messenger is Mark Orm. So you can do what you want over there.
I'm the messenger.
Tell the folks about this rumor, and I hope it ain't true.
Well, it was just about before we went on. I wasn't listening to the video. I was scouring YouTube, just kind of looking before we went live. And it popped up a recommended video, Chat Sports, because I'm obviously subscribed to Chat Sports because of MicroMike. And it came up that there's a possibility that Minnesota is in talks with Ndamukong Suh. But I never listened to the video. I know Ndamukong Suh is a free agent right now. But I wasn't listening to the video. I don't know what the guy had to say, the Minnesota guy from Chat Sports. I don't know what he was saying. So it was just the title was rumor mill, Ndamukong Suh to Minnesota. So I don't know, man. Is it true? If it is, it's not Suh from the past. Obviously, man, he's still not as forceful, still as good as he was. But, hey, it's Suh. He would probably eat up the Detroit Lions coming back. You know what I mean? So I don't really want to see him twice a year.
One-word reaction if Suh signs with the Minnesota Vikings. Let me know in the comments section. Just one word. Mine, it rhymes with F. And, it doesn't rhyme with F. It rhymes with uck. But it starts with an F. Let me know what you guys think. Kurt, what do you think about this rumor if Suh signs with the Minnesota Vikings?
What's that old saying that says "shut the front door"? I do not want to see. I do not want to see that guy in our division. Yeah, I don't want to see that guy. Doesn't matter how old he is. I don't want to see him anywhere near the Lions in our division. Yeah, stay down there in Florida. It's tax free, and you can just spend your glory days playing for the Buccaneers down there. Please. I don't need to see you.
I know. I don't want to see it, man. I don't know. He's still scary, man. Even though he's not Suh with the Detroit Lions, he still whoops on people, man. I don't want to see that. Plus, I love seeing okay, you go to Miami, that's not NFC North. Okay, you go to Tampa Bay, that's not NFC North, but it's the Vikings. Come on, man. Like anywhere else, there's other teams. Go to other teams. I don't want to see
if there's anybody in the NFC North I'd want him to go to, though, it is the Vikings. I don't want to see him in Chicago or Green. I definitely don't want to see him in Green Bay. I don't want to see him in Green Bay.
I hated to see him in Green Bay. Well, Aaron Rodgers, Karen Rodgers don't like it.
I don't think he's welcome in Green Bay. I
don't think so either. Yeah.
I don't think he's done some dirty stuff. He has to have a security detail. He has to do a security detail to get into Lambeau. They don't like
him and Karen don't get along too well. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want to see it. Hopefully this rumor is a bunch of BS or it doesn't work out. I like to reminisce on Suh in a Lions uniform. I really don't want to see him in a Vikings uniform or a Bears uniform. That's just a personal preference. It's like if Matt Stafford got traded, do you really want to see him play for Minnesota? Or do you want to see play for Green Bay? Even if he's at the late of his career, I wouldn't want to see it. That's just one of those things. Let's stay out of the NFC North.
That's like seeing Favre play for the Vikings. Like that was just wrong.
Yeah. It just come on, man. Just come on. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's just wrong.
So we'll see. But, folks, guess what time it is? It is the Mailbag segment. It's where you guys run the show. If you want to ask me a personal question, Mark a question you want to ask, our guy Curtis Steele a question, let us know in the comment section, or all of us. Just do a hashtag something, hashtag Lions, hashtag LNU, hashtag, just some sort of hashtag it so I can see it. And if we miss your question and I miss your question, just repost it, copy and paste it. We'll get it to you. We're not trying to screw you. I'm old, folks. I'm 37. Let's go. All right, man. I love it, man. This is the time where you guys get to rule the roost. Ask us anything, too. Talk about the Detroit Lions. You want to talk OTAs, minicamp. You want to talk about regular season. Let's get into it. Just do a hashtag so we can see it. Just so we can see it. Sue yawn. Sue can stomp Sharon twice. I guess that would be nice to see. Sue stomp nice. Karen Rodgers a couple times in the NFC North. I think that would be a positive manner for sure to see something like that. Still don't want to see him in the North. Any news? We got a question here. Any news on Kevin Lucas? I have not heard anything good or bad. I've heard nothing. Any of you guys hear anything? That's what I'm saying.
Kevin Lucas?
Don't know.
I don't know who Kevin Lucas is.
Don't know who Kevin Lucas is.
I know who Chase Lucas is.
Yeah. We know Chase is.
I know who Chase Lucas.
Maybe
Chase
that's
Lucas
what he means.
is the cornerback out of Arizona State.
Yeah.
Could be Chase Lucas.
Chase Lucas. Actually, he's had a couple decent plays. Very smart young man. The other day in a red zone drill, he switched coverage, told the outside corner to take a player that was going in motion, even though the outside player got beat on an inside slant. But he switched the coverage, and very smart. Grew up out there in Arizona State. Had Herman Edwards and a couple of other pro type coaches out there. He's going to move up the board here soon. I think he might be one of those guys that's pushing for a second team spot.
Who is the punt returner, St. Brown or Williams? Well, Jamison Williams not going to be that. If you watched Inside the Den, the special teams coach go in there, he says, yeah, I'm not getting him. So don't worry about it. He's not going to be there. I would say Khalif Raymond is probably going to be the punt returner, in my opinion.
Khalif Raymond is a punt returner.
Yeah, there you go. LNU, if we stay healthy, what do you think our record will be? I have 8 wins. Mark, what do you got?
I got 7.
I have 6 the floor, and then I have 9 as a ceiling. So either 6 or 9.
Let's see. Coach Hines, would you guys be surprised if Coach Hines makes appearance on Hard Knocks?
Coach Hines. Who's Coach
I don't know. I don't know who Coach Hines is. Antoine Randall L, are you talking about? Hines Ward, he's not a coach. I'm not sure.
Hines Ward, is he?
Hines Ward is not a. He's not a coach. Not
Hines
for
Ward
us.
might be
Not
a
for
coach
us,
in the NFL. Yeah.
How long do we give Dan to
NFL?
turn our team around? I want the Lions to be in the playoffs next year.
Next year. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have. So I would say next year. Hit that like button. Go Cowboys. Hey, appreciate it hitting that like button. We got a Cowboys fan in here. Appreciate it.
Oh, he's talking about Oklahoma State. State. He got to be talking about Barry Sanders and
I see a hat on a Cowboys.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a cowboy hat on though.
If Sue signs to the Vikings, do I burn my Sue jersey in disgust? Trick question. Nah,
No.
I got a Sue jersey. I'm not going to burn it.
I got 2 of them. I got 2 surgeries.
I mean, if you want to destroy your own property, but that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
The funniest hashtag so far, mail sack. If we win the opener,
Yes.
do you think we make the playoffs? I guess it maybe as a wild
awesome.
card if we won the opener, possible. What do you guys think?
Make it to the playoffs, man. You know what?
I have us losing week 1.
Eagles are going to be good, but I'm still going to say no. Eagles are going to be good this year, though.
What you got, Kurt?
Nah, I don't. Still don't see it. Not for this season. I just don't.
Hashtag
We
Lions, will
talked
our
about
offense be
earlier.
ranked higher than our defense this year, or do you think they're ranked higher in an NFL? Go Lions. I think our offense will definitely be ranked higher than our defense. I think we just got
Same here.
more talent all around. And that's what I think. I think that's pretty much unanimous on this panel right here. We talked about it before. This offense is just ahead of the defense regarding talent-wise. It's not really close. Like, there's not really holes on the offense. You don't look at it and say, there's a hole. You could say that in the linebackers. There's a hole, there's a hole. Well, there's a hole in the bottom seat. First off, my apologies, MicroMike. Never understood how hard y'all work to get the great content out there. I sure hope the hell that we couldn't do what you guys do. Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate the nice comment. Early predictions on the Lions' offensive rankings. I say the Lions' offense could be like 14.
Yeah.
I think they could be like a 14 rank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I think they could possibly be top 15 between like 13 and 15. Yeah.
What do you got, Kurt?
Yeah, I say the same. Yeah, same. I would say if we dip middle of the pack, 16 at the lowest, maybe 13, 14 at the highest.
How long do we give Dan to turn around? Like I said, I think we got to win the playoffs or get into the playoffs next year. I think 3 years you have to get to the playoffs. If we can't,
3 years.
If we can't make the playoffs next year, there's a problem because the talent is there. It would have to be there. You think that St. Brown will go off this year and be one of the top receivers in the league? I don't know about one of the top receivers, but I think he's going to go off for sure. I think he can get like 1,200, 1,300 yards, but you still got really good wide receivers out there. Devontae Adams is going to reek over there with the Raiders. Obviously, you got Cooper Kupp over there who's going to dominate. There's some really good wide receivers. What do you got, Kurt?
Depends on when Jameson Williams comes back for the Lions, to be honest with you. When can he get on the field? Because you look at DJ Chark, you look at Josh Reynolds, actually coming in at the start of the season. I'm not sure the role for St. Brown's going to be the same this year.
How excited are you all about for Hard Knocks? I'm really excited. I love Hard Knocks. I want to see the inside of the Detroit Lions from not an inside the den perspective. It's not all lovey-dovey. I want to see how coaches interact with players. I want to see how players interact. I want to see the F-bombs. I want to see Todd Walsh, also known as Mark Oram, yell at the defensive line. How excited are you, Mark?
I'm very excited, man. I love seeing the ins and outs of how football operations go in the NFL. Hard Knocks has always been one of my favorite shows to tune into. So now I got my favorite team to hook up, man, and watch, man. That's going to be fun to watch, man. The bad and the good.
What about you, Kurt?
I'm excited. I live in North Carolina, so I don't get a lot of Lions coverage here, any type of local stuff. So I miss out on a lot of the locals news you guys get up there in Michigan. So I'm excited to see behind the scenes at Allen Park for Hard Knocks. Yeah.
If I miss your question, just copy and paste it. I'm going to miss some because they're coming in quick. I got a queue, and I see in the queue is already losing some. So just repost it. I'm not ignoring you. Hashtag Lions. Do you think the Lions will run many 2 tight end sets this year with Ben Johnson as offensive coordinator? I don't think so because we got so many offensive wide receiver weapons. I'm going to say no. I mean, you'll see some, but I'm going to say no. What do you guys think?
I think you might not. Yeah, they might not see too much of that. I think Ben Johnson's whole thing is that he wants to. He's got two burners eventually with Jameson. He's got Chark there to split the field and work inside the middle. I think he wants to do a lot of that. He wants to work a lot of T.J. Hawkinson on his own. So 2 tight end sets. I don't know. You're going to see it though a little bit when Mitchell comes back, but it's not going to be the key thing on that offense. I don't think. No.
Kurt, this is to you. You don't like Alabama or Ohio State quarterbacks, but we need to draft a quarterback next year. Which one do we take? Laughing out loud.
Ooh, the lesser of 2 evils. I would probably take C.J. Stroud.
LNU getting to some games this year. We'll see. You got to talk to Herm about that for sure.
Come on down. See. I'll be there for the Carolina game. It's going to be 2 hours from my house down here in Charlotte. So I live near Raleigh. So that's about a couple hours away from me. Yeah. So Come on
North
down. I'll be
Carolina.
happy to see you guys.
Come on and raise up. Take your shirt off. Spin and run your head like a helicopter. Okay, let's see.
Oh, AC Hines. I saw that. He's talking about Keegan Michael Key.
Oh, okay.
That's who the Coach Hines, head Coach Hines, the parody from Key and Peele.
Key and
That's
Peele?
the Key and Peele. Yeah. Good. No, he's a Super Lions fan. And he did our draft. One of the draft picks for announced it for Josh Pascal in the draft this year.
D. Smitty with TD Twister. Over and under. Aiden Hutchinson, 15 sacks for the rookie sack record. Under. I got under there.
Under.
I will take the under. What do you guys think in the comment section? Put over or under.
I probably got him at like 10 or 11.
I got him at 10. That's what I got. I want to see 10 sacks.
I got him at about 8 to 9. I got him at 8 to 9, man, right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is Dan Campbell getting respected from other head coaches in the league? I'd say so. If not, he's going to punch him in the face. He's definitely the most meanest looking one of them all.
Yeah. I think he's always been respected in the league. I think it's always been a respect thing with him, man. Former player, played for 10 years, coached under Peyton, coached, in Miami. So, yeah, man, he's got respect.
Yeah. Can you smell what Motor City Dan Campbell is cooking? Can you smell what he's cooking? Yes, I can definitely smell it.
I smell it. Oh, yeah.
And yes, it's a good smell, not just after scratching your bot smell. Okay, it's a good smell. Yeah. Kurt, another to you. Oh, it's the same question. We went to it.
Same question. Okay, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I can't do the same one. Lions, why did? Go ahead.
Ooh. Oh no, I was saying the one thing about Dan Campbell, he's so big, but the thing is that Aiden Hutchinson towers over him. That's what I was
crazy.
Like. It tells you how big Aiden Hutchinson is. Yeah, I mean he's like huge.
Yeah.
Hashtag Lions, why did cornerback Jermaine Waller retire? I think that's his name. The guy that retired out of nowhere. I don't know why he retired. That was a kind of a weird one. I haven't not heard anything on it.
Yeah, that was a kid from Virginia Tech. He took like $36,000 and went out the door.
And the thing about him is that he was probably one of the most coveted undrafted free agents as far as one of the in the secondaries, because he was on some people's draft board to be a mid to late round pick, and he had just fell out of the draft. I don't know what happened with that. I mean, I
don't know, man. Don't know. What coach looking for as for who calls the offense? I'm thinking it's going to be Ben Johnson. I think he's going to be the coach calling the plays. Dan Campbell has not made up that mind yet, but I will believe that he's going to be the guy, and maybe he just go ahead and become head coach. What do you think, Mark? And then I'll let Kurt go on this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Ben Johnson eventually. I think Dan Campbell's going to come up and make that call sooner than later. I think it needs to be done. He needs to, entrust him. So I think it's going to be Ben Johnson. He just has to make the call first.
We got Kurt.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Ben Johnson. I think if they can get on the same page, which they seem to be last year at the end of the year, I think it will be one of the things where they can kind of read off each other, and then he knows what Dan Campbell's tendencies are, So I think that at the end of the day, it would be Ben Johnson. But in certain situations, Dan Campbell would not be afraid to override him on a call.
Hashtag Lions over Eagles week 1, and that's by I Love Weed. He is a Cowboys fan. He says, but go Cowboys. Later, Lions chat. Have a good year. Appreciate you jumping in here. Subscribe if you haven't done so. And definitely, I don't care if you're a Cowboys fan. This channel is made by Herman Moore, Lions legend. He gets on, I'd say quite a bit here, probably on next week, and we just talk football. So if you want to come on and talk to a legend, make sure to subscribe, and he will be here. So he's talking prediction of the record for week 1. So let's do predictions for Lions versus Eagles. I have the Lions losing this game. I say like 34-28. What do you got, Mark? And then Kurt.
Yeah, I think they're going to lose too. I'll say like 27-23.
We got Kurt.
Yeah. I'll go in the middle of that. I'll go like 35-30. Maybe like a weird score.
Oh, okay.
35-30.
Better than last year because we got routed by those guys.
Yeah.
Let's
sweet
see.
Jesus.
Yeah, we got. That was a bad game, man. That was.
Yeah.
They lost by what, 38?
My intro to the video was cheeks, and then it just started because that was a rout. Where do you think our defense will rank this year? I think 19. That's kind of where I got them, 19 to 22 range. That is where I think the defense will be. What do you have, Mark? And then what you got, Kurt?
Yeah, it can only go up from here. So we were really bad last year. So I'm going to say like 23, 24. We're going to go up a bit. Could possibly hit that number 20, but I'm going to try and stay a little bit more realistic, say 23, 24.
Yeah, I was thinking in my head, my number was 20. It was right there around 20.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about 22 to 20. So I think we're all kind of see that in the same type of light. Improved, but not world beaters.
Yeah, improve. That's a big improvement, though, because you got to understand, Matt Patricia set this defense back a decade, I feel like. Good God, he destroyed this thing. And now this dude's going to be an offensive coordinator for New England. Good luck over there. And you're going to have to drink a lot over there if that's what you got going on. John Ball says, do the Lions pull out all the trick plays in a bag this year with nothing to lose? I think they will pull a lot of trick plays. They did it last year. Dan Campbell loves it. You're gonna see a lot of fourth downs. They go for it, man. I think this is not just a lack of talent thing that they did last year. I think this is the type of aggression that Dan Campbell is. So I think you're going to continue to see that type of stuff, Mark.
Yeah, Ben Johnson, he seems like a really creative guy, man. He's a young guy, you know what I mean? So he doesn't have that old school mentality. And we saw it last year, like you said, Mike. So Ben Johnson drawing up the plays. Yeah, we'll see some trick plays, 100%.
What do you think, Kurt?
Absolutely. You'll see some trick plays, like Mark said. You see just the way that Ben Johnson draws up route concepts, you know what I'm saying? And just the way he does that, he's going to be, going to flip the script and, do some special team stuff with Dave Phipp and do some trick plays. What do they call Detroit? They said Detroit was the I don't know what they're going to do team of last year, and I think that continues this year.
Yeah.
Fire panel, Mike. This is fire. Well, thank you, Dr. Detroit. Hey, we try to do that.
Really?
We all got like Kurt, man, he's going for his master's degree. Why? Because he wants to be a genius, working hard, and then you got Mark Worm. He works. He got crazy shifts, and when we can get on all at one time, we try as best as we can. It's all about having fun. It's all about talking Detroit Lions. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. Just having a good time. Coach Hines is a Detroit actor. Yeah, I remember we talked about that there. Would you give Kaepernick a shot at backup? Here's the thing. I would take any quarterback right now over Tim Boyle and David Blau. That's the thing. Do I think they're going to give him a shot? Absolutely not. What would you think, Mark, and then Kurt?
Man, it's a guy that really hasn't played in 5-6 years. I don't think he has it anymore. I don't have anything against Colin Kaepernick. It's a guy that hasn't played in a long time. So I don't really know what he's going to bring. Now, our backup situation is pathetic, but I don't think Colin Kaepernick is the answer. Just my opinion.
Yeah. I think his best opportunity to be a backup will be out in Las Vegas, where he's tending to be trending up out there. I don't think that's going to be a thing what we do here in Detroit.
Yeah, I don't see it's happening. But anybody over Tim Boyle, I'd do it. Mark my words, Lions will surprise Buffalo. Man, if the Lions beat Buffalo on Thanksgiving, I am going to be really happy because that seems to me the hardest game of the year.
That's tough.
That's a tough game. Absolutely tough.
If that happens, that will be the drunkest I've ever been on Thanksgiving in a long time. Because I would
make sure that we get him on live so I can see him splur all over and fall
I will
off.
be gone. I'm gonna tell you.
That would be an amazing, because we haven't won in Thanksgiving in a while.
Gotta see it.
God, it's been a while, and to beat Buffalo, man, that would be glorious. That would be a good turkey day. Are you still on the FGB bandwagon? If no, why not? Oh, I'm always on the FGB bandwagon.
100% we are, yeah.
Yeah, it's a FGB channel here.
FTP, whatever, however you want to say it.
John Robb says, shout out to Kurt. I'm sure he appreciates that. Cam Newton. I don't know if Cam Newton's even on. Is he on a team right now? I honestly do not know. Then I would take him as a backup. I would. I'd take anybody.
I'd take him in for like a tryout, Cam, because he's played. He's played the last couple of years, so he's a guy that I'd bring in. You know, and if he can't beat out a Tim Boyle and David Blau, that's a situation. But why not try to come in? But I just don't want him causing any static. Yeah, I don't want him causing any static because he's the type of guy that will cause static.
So the thing is, I know they're not going to do it. Like, I want them. I want anyone. I just don't feel they're going to. They would have done it. I feel like if they were going to get a quarterback, you'd think they would at least looked at Strong. He was undrafted, right? Carson Strong?
Yeah, you
look at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah. So, like, it's just one of those things. I just don't think they're going that route, but hey. I'm on that bandwagon. I am definitely on that. Let's see if there's more questions coming. Keep coming questions if you haven't done it. Let's see here. We got, what do we do if we win 8-10 games and Goff throws for 4,500 plus 30 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, less fumbles? Do we still grab a quarterback in the first round? Now, this is, we talk about Jared Gofford. It's definitely, or Jared Goff. It's a touchy subject. So, Curtis Steele, Lions in the Prowl.
Okay.
A lot of people watching right now. Make sure you hit that like button because it's about to get testy. If you like testy, it's about to get testy. What do you do if Goff, 30 touchdowns, 4,500 yards, 8 interceptions? Draft QB.
He plays another year in Detroit.
What's that?
No. He plays another year as a starter in Detroit.
Would you draft a quarterback, or
would I draft a quarterback in the first round? At the end of the first round, maybe.
Mark, what do you do here?
What do I do, man? If he did those kind of numbers, I probably wouldn't draft the quarterback in the first round. And I'll tell you one thing: if that does happen, Brad Holmes is not drafting a quarterback in the first round. He has a little thing for
very true
for Jared Goff. He was a big part of him going to LA. He's a big part of him coming over here to Detroit. So he wants Jared Goff to succeed. And if he does those kind of numbers and they win 8 to 10 games, Goff is going nowhere. What would I do is a whole different situation. I don't think I would take a quarterback in the first round, but I would take one eventually down the road because I just want to get rid of Boyle or Blau. But if he puts up those numbers, he's not going nowhere, man.
We got a YouTuber in the building. His name is Speakeasy Baby. Make sure you subscribe to Speakeasy Baby of their Woodward Sports. He's got some good content over there. He got heavyweights, Woodward heavyweights. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Do the NFL refs screw the Lions again and again? First off, I got to get a specific video made on this by somebody in the know. I'm trying to get this done by somebody who has seen this uphand in the Lions organization, because I've talked this on the side at this person. I'm begging for this video to be made, so we'll see if it happens. But the answer to this is absolutely, fundamentally, positively, 110%, yes, we're going to get screwed. It happens, folks. You think that Bret Hart was the only one that had a Montreal screw job? No. It's going to be Detroit gets the screw job here. You got Karen Rodgers over there. You know for a fact we're going to get screwed. Mark, talk about the NFL and screwing the Lions.
Yeah, man. We've seen it time and time again. We've seen with hands of the face, the phantom hands of the face with Trey Flowers on I think it was Bakhtiari. I don't remember who the lineman he was going up against, but it was that was a mystery. We saw the Dallas fiasco where, the Hitchens, I think his name was Hitchens, literally ran into Brandon Pettigrew and face guarding, whatever he was doing, just ran into him. It wasn't, the flag was thrown, picked up. We've seen it forever. We as Lions fans, we go into a game, or at least I do. I go into a game waiting for a really, really bad call. There's bad calls that happen. You can't really stop that, but there's calls where we see the Lions literally get screwed. Remember the Calvin Johnson catch in Chicago? Remember that catch too, where he caught the ball, literally placed it onto the ground, got up. They called no touchdown. So we see it time and time again. and it's disheartening as a Lions fan for sure.
Kurt, you've been a Lions fan a long time. Tell the folks.
Yeah, it's repeated. What is that? Habitual line steppers are the NFL referees against the Detroit Lions. They're always stepping over the line, giving us some bad calls. I think hopefully with the new regime and with Dan Campbell, we can see that kind of change a little bit. With the respect for him and the respect that Sheila Hamp is getting around the league as well.
Yeah, I really want this video to be made. I can't speak on it because it's a private thing on the side, but all I can say is I would love this video to be made. I hope it does, and trust me, I'm trying to beg it because I said this thing would turn into fire, and it may make some moves. So let's hopefully it can be made. Do we see Campbell giving us a Super Bowl ring, folks? This type of question is gonna look. Get your Kool-Aid ready, folks, because we're gonna ask the panel on this one. Super Bowl ring, something the Lions have never done. We never won a Super Bowl. Dan Campbell, Motor City Dan Campbell. Kurt, do you see Motor City Dan Campbell?
2026. 2026. That's gonna be a year. We're going to the chips. 2026. I'm calling it right now. Yes. 2026. That's gonna be super.
He says 2020.
Yeah, give me some Gridiron Heroes. Gridiron Heroes in 2026.
I'm giving her a D, man.
I got to do all of it. All of that. Everyone goes off on that one. We got folks, and he's a Lions fan. He's been a Lions fan for a long time. We're gonna go to Mark, who's another older Lions fan. He was a Lions fan when the dinosaurs were on the earth. Will the Detroit Lions win a Super Bowl under Dan Campbell?
Oh my man, I want to get to the playoffs first, eh? I want to get to the.
That's not the question, Mark. I'm putting you on the spot.
Man. 2027. Let's go. 2027. We're going to win a Super Bowl with MC, DC, and
everything went. He said 2027 and 2026. I had to press every little thing when that happens because that's the big one that we haven't done. Go on to the next question.
Yeah.
So that bunch of people are going.
When people are laughing.
Yeah. Go,
They're laughing at us. They're laughing. Let me give a shout out to my man over there with sports, Corey Woods. If you know who that guy is, man, he's a young beat reporter over there for Woodward Sports, man. Go and follow that guy on Twitter. He does an excellent job over there. So go and check him out, man. Corey Woods. He's a Lions beat reporter for Woodward Sports. He does. He does.
Absolutely.
He does stuff.
Absolutely, folks. Let's get to 100 likes. Right now we're at 78, so I think we can do 22. I think it's been a good session. So let's get 100 likes for our man Herman Moore, who runs this channel. Who destroys this channel. Get it up there. Lions are going anywhere. Get rid of your owner first by Chewy Loco. Well, we actually got a new owner last year. Isn't it?
Pay attention, Chewy.
Same thing. It's the same thing. It's a Ford, but it's a Sheila Ford Hamp.
Pay attention.
They'd have to sell the
team. What though? What's interesting is that if you ever notice that she has removed Ford from all of her titles at the Lions.
Yes.
Like all of her stuff just says Sheila Hamp. It does not say Ford.
Hey, but she's in the know, man. She gets it. She's young at 70 some years old.
She got rid of all that stuff. She said, "Nope, I'm Sheila Hamp, and that's what we're gonna roll with."
Hey, man. Hey, she's done a decent job so far. I got to tell you what. Right now, she's probably the best Ford owner we've ever had. So, affiliated with it, so that will go there. But they're never going to sell the Lions. It's just not happening. I know a lot of people want that. We talk about it, but it's not going to happen, man.
That ain't going to happen.
Let's see. Why isn't Hudson getting the love by the Lions? His film jumps out. His last year's stats. We're off the hook. What's happening in camp? Anything on him?
Hudson.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Who's Hudson? Hutchinson?
No, I think he's the 7th. I think we got him in the 7th round. He was a defensive lineman who is actually kind of a linebacker, getting thrown back.
Oh, James Houston.
James Houston's.
Houston.
Yep.
Okay, Houston. Yeah, he's getting a little bit of love, man. He's getting a little bit of love. He had a good day, I think, yesterday where he beat Obineze on a really nice. He dipped right underneath his arms and showed his athletic ability and got to the quarterback, did a sack. He's looking good in agility drills, they say. He's really explosive. He's a guy that is playing on the second and third team defenses right now. So don't worry about it. It's still early, and he brings some juice. He does. He brings the juice. So don't worry about Houston. It's going to be good for him, man. Don't worry about that.
He has a good reaction to being drafted. Him and his family. I've seen his whole family there.
That was great.
And yeah, his grandma and grandpa. That's the best part. Like you see the old ones like hugging their grandson. I like that type of stuff. Which
cool.
position battle is going to be the hardest to thin?
That's easy.
Go ahead.
That's easy. Defensive line. Who's going to get cut? We got a lot of young bodies in there, a lot of bodies. I'm like, who's going to be the odd man out? That's easy. The defensive line is going to be the hardest to thin. Who's going to be the odd man out?
What do you got, Mark?
I'm going to have to agree with Kurt there, man. It's going to be tough, man. Who are they going to cut? Is Penasini going to get cut? Is guys like Austin Bryan on the bubble? So, you know what I mean? So I think it's such a really good group. That's going to be who can we cut here. So, yeah, there's a couple guys on the bubble, but who, right? So, yeah, the D-line for sure.
I think the best position on this team regarding depth, I think the hardest, honestly, is the quarterback position. I mean, Tim Boyle, David Blau, these guys are outstanding. I mean,
I was waiting for you. I was going to say, how long is this guy going to do this without cracking?
I like that, but I'm going to say wide receiver 6, man. Who is going to be that sixth one? You got Trini Benson-Cephas, and you got Khalil Pimpleton. So that's a pretty good one, too, right now, to see who gets it. I like Cephas, but I feel like maybe Trinity Benson gets it because they traded 2 draft picks for it. We'll see. I don't know. But, folks, we're about to get up off here because it's been about an hour. Go ahead and talk to these guys. Tell them where you can find Lions on the Prowl. Tell them about your channel, Kurt.
All right, so you can find us, Lions on the Prowl, over on YouTube. You can follow the show at LOTP14 at Twitter. You can go and join our Facebook page over there for Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You can follow your man, Curtis Steele, at Curtis Steele 14 and Twitter. Curtis Steele 14, Curtis Steele Jr. on Instagram and Facebook. So go ahead and check me out over there. And the guys, LL Couturance is over there. Coach Mike, we see Val. Come and hang out with us tomorrow. We're live for Free for All Fridays. It's so much fun. You never know who's going to stop by, and we just have a great time talking Detroit Lions football on Free for All Fridays.
Mark, tell them about your channel, man, where they can find you.
Yeah, man, you can find me on YouTube, Mark Orms Forum. I talk Lions football. I start doing a podcast. I haven't done it in a little bit, but it's called the Orms Den. I have to find a new time for that. But we just talk NFL football, our beloved Detroit Lions too. We try to get on. I try to get on with other podcasters as well. Nice little group chat on Orms Den. So we just have fun talking football and especially Detroit Lions, man. Come check us out.
Yeah, you can find me in the club sipping. No, sorry, I'm not 50 Cent. I appreciate everybody in here enjoying the time, but we all got to go, and I got to take a leak. I'm not going to lie. So, peace.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour. Take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder. Work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters. They're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught, they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it.